The BC Teachers Union is once again calling on the government to cancel a standardized test for students in grades 4 and 7, and it's urging parents to opt out. CTV's Rob Buffum is live in Victoria with more on the controversy over the FSA test. Rob?
Mi-jung, I'm outside James Bay Community School here in Victoria, which the Fraser Institute ranked 642nd out of 932 elementary schools across the province. A ranking that it based on the results of a standardized test that teachers across the province say is not useful and should be done away with. Students across BC in grades 4 and 7 are required to take a standardized test, the Foundation Skills Assessment, or FSA. But teachers say the test is failing students and should be eliminated.
It's not a valid test in our opinion, puts stress on students. The rankings harm students, teachers, communities.
The test didn't really show what you know, and it also depends on the kid.
This week, families of kids in grades 4 and 7 across the province got this letter from the BCTF asking that they request that their kids be exempt from writing the test. The BCTF wants the province to introduce legislation protecting how the data from the FSA is used. Its concern, a ranking of schools across the province compiled by the think tank, the Fraser Institute, based on the test scores.
Fraser Institute puts out these rankings of schools based on one singular thing. It's very damaging to students, teachers, communities.
The rankings are dominated by private schools. The top 18, including these, are all private. At the bottom, public schools in more remote areas. The BCTF says the FSA relies on computer literacy and use and unfairly favors wealthier neighborhoods.
Student success doesn't have a postal code, and this is a very tiny slice of a standardized test.
The Fraser Institute cites recent polling by Leger showing support amongst 80% of BC parents for standardized testing.
So what standardized tests give us is a fair and objective measure by which we can understand how students and how schools are doing.
The opposition critic for education agrees, noting the province has already done away with letter grades for kindergarten to grade 9.
It's a way of us ensuring the accountability in our system to know that we are achieving the results that we need to get. We know that literacy actually dropped in the last year.
In a statement, the Education Ministry says the FSAs provide a tool to identify which students need support, while acknowledging school rankings that flow from the test can cause stigma. The Surrey Teachers Association echoed the sentiment from the BCTF this afternoon, issuing a statement as well, calling on the province to do away with these FSA tests. Surrey's teachers saying that the government's attention should be focused on making sure there's a classroom for every student and proper supports for them, rather than on these standardized tests that do not show up in any grades. Mi-jung.
All right, thank you, Rob.